I love it. Mark Webb, one of the most insane people you've ever met in your entire life. He's got multiple world championships under his belt. There's nothing this guy can't do on a BMX bike. And now he's building some of the wildest cars and thrashing them beyond their limits for your entertainment. Strap yourself in, enjoy the ride. You're watching The Webby Show.
So, tell me why you think it is that you can't be a drift car.
So basically what I'm saying is I purchased this. It was spares repairs and the gearbox wasn't in it. So show you what's going on under here. Got a 2.5 BMW. Basically I bought this car as a donor car. I figured I want to mess around, make some more car stuff, and I'm hoping to put that in this. So we started stripping it out. This is the bonnet of the old Miata, which obviously we got rear-ended in. I did keep the engine, but then I just decided let's try and just make something with a lot more torque to see if we can make the little Miata work. So hopefully, I don't know how long it's going to take, but you know what? I haven't built a car in a long time. I said I'd never do it again, but guess what? I'm doing it again. So first things first. Add that. Next thing, strip the Miata. We've got Mr. Cheeseman in there.
Cheese?
He's come over to help out today. You know what? I know an easier way to undo that. See if that undoes it. Wow, nicely undone, Martin. Nicely undone. Let's have a look. What are you saying? Sorry. Mustache. Right, we are getting stripped. So right now we're just stripping everything out of this car, and so far we've been gunning through it fast as like this. ABS. I think not. That's what we think of that. We don't want no ABS. No ABS. So as the weight leaves, she gets higher. But yeah, little update. We've stripping everything out, pulled all the wiring loom out, we've cut loads of it off. We're just literally stripping this to an absolute bare shell. Pulled all this out over here. This has got some serious weight to it, this has. Quite mad to think that's in the car. But yeah, I mean a lot of weight's going back in the car anyway. But yeah, we're literally gutting this thing today. And then once we get everything stripped out, it'll be time to strip this down. And we're going to pull everything right from the back all the way through, all the loom. We're just going to chuck it all in there. This car is essentially going to be a BMW by the end of this. And yeah, look at Cheeseman, he's hard at work.
BMW with a Mazda badge.
BMW with a Mazda badge, that's it. He's got it. But yeah, it's going to be interesting. This is the Webby Show way of doing things. So, let's get it. Woo! So we're most of the way through the day now. This is day one of stripping the MX5. And it's looking pretty good. We really have gutted the car. It's proper stripped out. Pretty much every bit of wiring's completely out of it now. Yeah, it's looking good. Georgia Wheaty's in the house. What's up, Georgia? And yeah, Martin's in there trying to get some of the sound deadening out of there. And yeah, that was just a quick first day, halfway through update. But yeah, we're looking good. And the beamer hasn't been touched yet. but we're quite close to getting on that and ripping the front end off. But yeah, should be sick. We've checked out the gearbox that comes with the Beamer. It seems to be all right. It's a bit clunky. We don't reckon it's ever been in the car. What's kind of tipping that off right now is we've had a good look through the BMW. It's pretty beat up in that. And well, Martin, what we found? Go on, try and make sense of that. What's it say?
I'm not abandoned.
I'm not abandoned.
You're waiting on.
What does it say? Owner's going to fix me.
I await parts and then my owner fix me.
Cool. So
He lives in vehicle court.
right, let's get to work on this thing. We're going to strip this right now. Start pulling everything out. We're going to have a 2.5 BMW set up in this little MX5. And if it's allowed to compete, we will. Smash time. Yeah. Okay, so I reckon we're about... How many hours do you reckon I've been out here today then, Cheeseman?
Oh, 5, 6.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Something like that. I'm going to say 7 because I was here about an hour before you were. We're about 7 hours in, I reckon. And like I said, already in a little video a minute ago, the MX is completely stripped. And now we're getting straight into the old tank of a Beamer. We're on the strip down. So let's go. Honestly, guys, I do some of this stuff, but I can't be the filmer and the car builder, you know what I mean? So lucky enough, George is here to take care of some stuff, and Martin's proper hands on today. What do you think? We strip it out.
Yeah?
We make a race car. Yeah.
What's that little file for there? Is that another one?
There's another one. We're going to put the engine in this one.
You're putting your eyes in, Mum. Yeah.
And it's going to go really fast, isn't it? Okay, guys, so if you haven't figured out, we're actually in day 2 now. And we've got a bit of a mess going on in the car here. Trying to rip out all the wire and loom from this car. Because we are literally transferring everything in this car into the MX5. So, yeah, we've got a lot to do. We're just trying to chase the loom back now. And, yeah, there's like a million little weird earth straps everywhere. Quite a pain to do, but we'll get there. This is the way I do things. Mads, what's your expectations? How long do you reckon it's going to take me to do this after now we've seen all this wiring?
A month.
A month.
Yeah.
Thanks, mate. I really appreciate that. That's not. Who's that over there then? This shit out. How thick the carpet is, isn't it? And sponge and crap. We shouldn't have parked the MX too close, should we? Can't move.
Yeah.
What the hell is this? Look at this. Is there any need?
I'll try not to like get in the way, if you know what I mean.
The exhaust.
Oi.
So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and sell all of the rest of the parts on this car. You know.
No, you can't.
Glad you're here.
No worries.
Out me. So guys, as complicated as it may seem, go on, you buzz them off. As complicated as it may seem, the ECU is the other side of that. So what we're planning on doing, we've got the main harness all the way through here. We're literally going to pull all the plugs through from this side if we can. And then on this side, we're just going to unplug the ECU and then bring the wire and loom straight out the car. And then basically going to lay it out somewhat like this, straight through the completely empty Mazda. And then we're going to go from there. This is the most ghetto way probably that you could do this engine swap, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
But do we really know a lot about splicing looms and wires and stuff? No.
I wired my stereo in and a fan switch, mate.
Big up, big up. But so we're gonna do what we can, and I'm hoping that we're gonna have all this running in the other car soon. Right, let's keep going. You.
Definitely need a one piece.
Also, want to mention we clearly got the weather on our side, haven't we?
Oh, it's brilliant.
Absolutely pissing it out there. And I'm just we're under
I'm
half a tarpaulin going on here. Shout out to Fist Gloves, keeping it real. These are the matte white bad boys. Always. Oh, you'll never see me working without a pair of gloves on. Someone will get this clip one day, won't they? And then take a photo of me working with no gloves and goes, "You said." Yeah. Sometimes we say things right, but I would like to always have gloves on while I'm working. These are not really working gloves. These are riding gloves, but they're perfect for working. There we go. Right. Back to the action. Boring. So it is absolutely piecing it down, and Bill's basically like, because I'm so like ready, fire, aim with everything. Bill's like stressing out, aren't you? Because I'm pulling stuff apart, and you're like,
this stuff's not.
yeah.
This is the stuff where you got to be a little bit more.
He's like, where's everything go? And he's panicking and stuff because I'm just pulling stuff out and that, and I'm just trying to chuck the loom straight through the old, pull it all through, and then we're gonna rip the engine out, and then we're gonna chuck it straight in the Miata. But Bill's like stressing. He's like, oh, I didn't really want to get soaking wet today.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm not in.
Yeah. You in your best? Is that what that is?
I don't have best
Is that what that
anymore.
is?
I have everything just gets in the.
Is that what that is? Is that
No,
the best? Okay.
This is just a clean t-shirt.
Shut the fuck up, Mark. So yeah, but we're doing it. Rain or shine, boy. So let's go. Sick. Okay, guys. So right in the middle of doing this, we must have been second day in. My girlfriend decided to have a baby. She's wide awake now, is she? Yes, she is. So, congratulations to us, and back to the Miata project. So, for those of you who have no idea what you're doing with cars, like myself, and that sounds crazy because obviously I've done a lot with cars, but obviously I've had help along the way. But I'm doing an engine swap, as you can see, but in the most bizarre way ever. I've taken the whole loom out the other car and I'm putting the whole loom into the Miata. That was a BMW E46, and this is a MX5. So it's gonna be pretty interesting. But I'm literally running the whole loom through the car, and I'm using the same lights and wiring and everything in this car what I did in this car. So just gonna change the sockets and stuff. So that's just kind of a Mark Webb way of doing things. But as you can see, we are completely stripped out, and I'm ready to chuck the loom in. So let's get on it. This actually weighs quite a bit as well. Pretty heavy, but this is going in whether it likes it or not. There we go. That looks so pretty on you. Oh, amazing. This is not the way people do engine swaps, I promise you that. This is shake that loom out. For all the car critics out there getting all pissed off at me, enjoy the show. So, like I said, I don't know anything about wiring, so the whole loom is going through there, so that's all up in there right now. Through there, the looms run all the way to the back on that side. Loads of these straps on this BMW thing. So yeah, should be interesting. But over on this side here, you got all the fuses and everything here, and then the little box that the ECU sits in. That's all going to stay inside the car on this little build. And right now all this is going through to the engine bay. It's all the lights and fan switches and yeah, everything it needs to go to the engine. So Better off going around the other side, I think, and just pull it through. Got to pull all this through. I've got to sort out some new lines for the brakes, because obviously taking the ABS off it, I don't know why you would want ABS on this. So, haters gonna hate. Oh, mate, this is a struggle, huh? None of this is wanting to fit through it. Trying to do one at a time before any of you start getting gobby in the comments. I'll get this earth, big old earth strap thing. These are all over the car. These things. These. Yeah. That one's all done there, look. Oh, that one's marked up. It says fan on it. There we got some lights. It's all coming to the front here. Yeah, we'll be back with more update once I get a bit more sorted out. Okay, so this is the original fuel pump and sender, and basically all I'm going to do is switch out the fuel pumps. As you can see, there's quite a difference in the size of this. This one's the BMW one, and this one here is the MX5 one. So yeah, big difference in the size of the fuel pump. So gonna switch this one out, chuck it back in the tank, and then we'll get on to wiring the BMW plug to the top of the Miata plug switch. So yeah, that'll be next. Be right back. Okay, so we've got the fuel pump hooked up now. Just kind of cable tied it in there. It doesn't really sit in the hanger or anything, so I should have literally just strapped up the cable ties. It should do the job. What do you reckon, Mads?
It'll work.
It'll work. So, and yeah, we're just going to wire that switch up and off we go. So, you get in there. I've put the fuel pump in there. Just a quick brief, take one, action. Fuck. I've put the fuel pump in there now. It's a bigger fuel pump. The bag on the bottom of the fuel pump was a little bit tight to get in there. I kind of put a little bit of pressure on it and just gunned it up. Quite naughty. I've wired up. This is day 3 of this build. We're smashing through it, so just waiting for that engine hoist and sorting out a bit of wiring and stuff. And yeah, we're gonna be flying. So me and Madik decided that we were gonna drain the old Beamer before we get rid of her, and we've got some sort of fishbowl thing going on right now.
Free apple juice, anyone?
Right.
Free.
No, wait a second. And that's going in there, and right. Let me put. Almost there, Mads.
Yep.
Almost there. Drilled a hole in. What's that?
Got some apple juice.
Well,
it's quite healthy for you.
Is it?
Yeah.
I heard that apple juice stings your eyes when you put the glass to your mouth.
Yeah, it's quite nice though.
Update. Bill. We're currently at stage fuck knows. So basically we have got the wiring, most of it all in place. We're just trying to sort out tedious earth straps which seem to really shut down the BMW ECU. Bill's got another one over there. We're literally cutting the column as well, and we're just going to use the indicator stalks. If we can,
we've got all the wires for it, so
yeah. So we're just going to try and smash that straight on there. Fuel pumps wired up. We're going to be posting the lights. Wow, the lights are posted through the back there. And dashes in, and I'm just cutting the dash because I'm only going to go for like a half dash like this, and then we're going to get a little switchboard in there later on for a few bits and pieces, a few bits of showtime buttons. But other than that, we've been really smashing it out today. It's been going well. And right now, this is, what do you call this? The clock casing, Bill? I don't know. Fascia, no, I don't know, but whatever it is, whatever you call that piece of the dash, yeah, someone leave it in the comments. This is the Beamer clocks, and they're very close to like actually sliding in, so we're going to trim out the plastic around it, like one of these little bits here, and see if we can get it to slot in there, and it will just make a nice tidy finish. So we will be right back real soon. Okay, so like I said to you a minute ago, we was going to cut this out because it was nearly fitting the clocks in. So literally ghetto grinded it, give it a give it a little trim up. They went round it with Stanley blade, make it a bit smoother. And these are the clocks from this BMW. This is the clocks from the BMW 46, and they go straight into here.
Oh mate, yes.
Like this. So it's not the best fit in the world, but I think a little bit of tiger seal around that, and she'll look sweet.
That looks so good.
I might push it in a little bit further. Yeah, I might just grind it a little bit more.
Take them tabs away, yeah.
But yeah, it's looking all right, isn't it?
It looks smart.
And then we just plug the loom straight in. So we're literally going to have a whole BMW, hopefully with some clocks working and stuff.
You see?
I'll zoom in. I've just hacked the steering column to death to basically get off all of the ignition, so I can slide it straight down the steering column on this, and then I'm just going to plug the BMW loom straight into there and use the standard BMW key and everything. Like I said, it's just going to be a complete beamer inside, and so basically that's going to just basically slide that right the way down over this. See, we've got the clocks looking good last night. Here's the other indicator stalks and that. That's I'm going to take good care of that. Yeah, that's about it really. So more updates in a minute. Right now we've got the throttle and we've got the plug around here somewhere. I'm not too sure where it went right now, but I need to locate the plug for it. It is amongst this harness somewhere. And yeah, and then after that we will be just going to mount up the accelerator right here, and she should be a treat. Starting to look like a Beamer, but it's a Mazda. Sick. So because this is a one-man show, unfortunately I've not been able to really film me doing everything, but that is simply fitted in with 2 tech screws in the back of it. And to be honest with you, whereas there's a bit of a ghetto build, I'm just going to run tiger seal straight down the side here, around here, and that'll be the end of that. That'll be in there. So and she's plugged in down the back there as well, so we're sweet. Yeah, basically because my bro's my bro and he's been helping me with everything. Mate, have a little look. Here's a turbo kit for your MX5. all included. Manifold, turbo, manual boost controller. There's injectors in there. There's an intercooler. Merry Christmas.
Car's coming along.
That's what you do for friends. Here, okay guys, so here is the freaking crack. We've pulled that to pieces, and then we've got this thing here that we're just about to pull the motor out of and put it back into here. So stay tuned. We are actually day 4 right now. This is day 4 of doing this engine swap project, pretty much by myself. A little help from Billy, 0 help from Blue, but it's all right. He's there for the entertainment. So it is almost time to get this thing out and get it over into the Miata. So let's go. This piece here is getting in the way, so and obviously we're trying to get a straight 6 in there, so we've cut around here because obviously it was out here. Beat it down like that, and then we weld a nice little plate in there, and it'll be all slick and smooth, and we'll do the same with the other side, and it'll be sweet. We'll be getting the straight 6 in there before you know it. Bill, next time you're fucking filming. What's going on, Bill? Shaft. So basically the story is that gearbox looks a little bit like it might have come from a scrapyard as
The reason being
a new used one, isn't it?
we've got BMW there. These bolts that they've been either rebuilt because they've been torqued down, maybe, I don't know.
I reckon they've been like tapped up to show that they've not been undone since they put it back together
Exactly that,
and cleaned it all out.
So we could be lucky, or
Like a recon box or something, but we don't know. Also didn't come with clutch release bearing, so we've gone and purchased one of them today. Our mate Panther Dan ordered it all for us, and we went down to Euro car park, picked it up along with a brand new front get out of the packet slave cylinder. So yeah, well, basically the operation is to try and get this in here today, try and get it in there, and yeah, get the gearbox on. That's the plan. Clutch looks alright, so alright then, Bill. Be back. We'll let you know what goes on, but I've got a lot of cutting and welding to do. Subframe altercation. we are trying to get the gearbox onto the engine, and so I want to give it a little wiggle. It's almost. Right, that is pretty much all out. Yeah, I like that. Now we're going to fasten the bolts and hope it just pulls it in and everything's all right. It's probably not the way the noise it makes when it gets right to that point.
Yeah,
really.
yeah.
You know, like a breaker bar noise. Fucking good, ain't it? Ready? Oh yeah. So I've put, obviously again, not really been filming a lot, but basically I chucked some plates on the mounts in there and I've lined them up with the subframe, and then I literally just chucked some weld down the edge of it, and that's about as mounted as this thing's gonna get. So she's in there, Bill.
She is in there.
She is in there, so I'm gonna whip it back out now, do some alterations with some lines and stuff, and then put it back in there properly. Oh yeah, I'm gonna weld up the mounts properly as well. Okay guys, so me and Billy got the engine in today. We're on day 9, I think. In that time I've had a baby, and loads of setbacks. The weather has been constantly crap for us, but anyway, right now we've got the engine in. I've had to aim it slightly pissed to the right, which I know is going to mess up the oil level a little bit, but it's good. We've got clearance underneath the mount here. I didn't want to make custom mounts. I just wanted to make it nice and quick. Try and get this to, you know, make it real quick to do the engine swap. But yeah, we've got some mounts in there, solid mounts, because I don't give a damn. This is going to be like a drift missile for me. It's probably going to end up being immaculate actually, because I've been taking care of my stuff lately. But right now we're doing something that I had to do on the RX-7 back in the day, which I kind of wanted to show you guys what I was doing with the RX-7 back in the day, but I wasn't on that YouTube hype. So basically right now I am, let me see if I can get a hold of this with the knees. That was German for knees, by the way. I'm actually, this is the Mazda power steering line, and basically I'm trying to get the bolt to go through this hole. I know it's going to narrow up the flow and everything in there, but this bolt is quite a flowing bolt. It's got a huge hole in it and that, so I'm sure it will be all right. But basically I'm hitting this with a die grinder, and so far we're almost through there, although it does thicken up a little bit. But I don't want to take anything off the bolt because obviously we might end up losing strength. But basically this is the MX5. This is the bolt from the BMW power steering pump, and if I can get that to go through there, we're happy days. We've got the power steering in, fuel lines are going in. Billy right now is going in hard on the electric side of things. So how are we doing there, Bill?
I understand everything.
You're lying, aren't you?
There's so much wiring everywhere. Obviously, where we pulled the whole in from the Beamer and just chucked it in here, we've got like just everything's just like, sort of everywhere. So I'm just trying to separate it all. I've got all like the engine stuff up here, a couple more bits up here. We're just pulling it through the firewall any way we can, really. And trying.
We're almost there, aren't we?
Yeah, I mean, we've got the ECU here. All the plugs I've got to plug in over here, which it's just nearly there. It's just the overwhelming, annoying bits, isn't it? I've got an annoying bits.
Yes. Let's do this. Fuck that! I walked into the jack. Yeah, we're in. This is happening. Let's do this. Right, be right back when she's running. Basically, when it starts to piss it down outside, that's what we end up working with. This is how we're doing it right now. Oh shit. Better go sort my boy out, aren't I? Open the driver's door.
Thank you, mate.
Right, and we're back in. Now, I'm going to enjoy this pizza, have this little lunch break, and we'll be right back at it. That might have thought over just something, isn't it? I don't know. Fuck knows. That's in there.
I know, but like, that's I didn't know if they were or not. Alright, you ready?
It's definitely in there because I clicked it in properly earlier.
Okay, are we ready?
Right. Right.
That's good, though. That's good.
it started up, so that's a good thing.
You're stinking here.
This is good.
I think everyone heard it.
Yeah. Sounds like a beast. I think that's it for tonight, isn't it?
Yeah, let's wrap it up. I've got work
Day,
tomorrow.
look, we've got it to turn over. It is day 9, yeah?
Day
10,
9.
9 or 10, something like that. Done a full engine swap. We put a straight 6 in the tiny little ass Miata. So let's go to bed, and tomorrow's another day. Hopefully day, what do you reckon it is? Day 9?
It's 11:11 though.
That says 23:11. Don't count. That doesn't
11:11.
count. If that says 11:11, you cannot read the clocks. Right, listen. We're like day 9, aren't we?
Yeah,
It's day 9.
day 9.
Day 9. So hopefully day 10 we'll have this thing actually working. So, oh, would you look at that? As soon as I take my hand away from the camera, it's another day. Okay guys, another quick snippet. Try my hardest to get it all done and at a fast pace. That I keep forgetting to film stuff, but right now, put the ECU up here, just chucked a couple of cable ties, I cut a lot of the relays out of their casing, and chopped out all the casing and stuff. And yeah, I'm just doing it to try and free up as much space as possible so I can pack it all underneath the dash there. But yeah, everything's going well so far. So I'm gonna get right back to it. Hey! No rest for the wicked, bruv! Woo! Looking very lightning-y. But we don't give a shit. We're doing this. Let's go. So we've just towed it up to the front of the garden here so I can get the mobile welding van. Woo! And start getting this shit sorted out. Oh yes. Oh yes. We're running. Georgia, what did I say yesterday?
You said, I'm going to have the car running by the end of the day.
And what happened last night?
You had it running, boy.
Had it running.
You had it running.
Let me clean that. Welcome back to day 11. I was on the live stream on Instagram last night. We were in the absolute, like, pissing rain last night, and I was taping up wiring loom, and yeah, just trying to sort all the wiring out. Got our fuse box and stuff under there. Right now I'm just doing some welding, just literally welding up the tunnel where I cut it all open and that, making some plates and stuff, patching up. Got a gearbox bracket in there for a gearbox mount, transmission mount for your Americans, and that's pretty much it. So I'm going to carry on welding, and I'll see you guys in more process soon. Did I say the process? I meant progress. So got a little bit more done now. We've got some gears going on here, got the shifter sorted out, so bit scrappy on the old welding side, but it's my project, so being a bit lazy with it, just trying to get it done. It's all a bit of a rush, you know, but I'm enjoying myself right now. It's good. Guys, it's day 4,000. It's not. We're 2 weeks in. Well, I say we. I am. I've had a little bit of help from Billy in that, as you've seen. But 2 weeks in, and right now it is prop shaft time. So basically, I've marked this up. I can't even see where it was now. Around this somewhere. I've literally done a little scuff line there, and that is where it needs to be cut. And I've not measured it, I've literally weighed it up one next to the other, this end into the gearbox and this end into the diff, and gone, yep, right there. And that's how simple it's going to be for us. So yeah, wish me luck. But all we got to do on this right now is brake lines, prop. I have to make a brace to hold the diff, because obviously we don't have the power frame going through the car no more, because we've got a different gearbox in there. And oh shit, that's pretty much it. So we're right there, guys. We're right there. I've almost got my BMW Miata build. Super stoked. Cannot wait. Let's get it. It's time to do some measurements. Let's get it. Okay, guys. So I know that nobody likes the way I do shit, but it works for me. So this is what I'm going with. I cut the end of the UJ off here. Cut it off of there. That's the 2 pieces that I cut. That's gone. This needs to obviously marry up with this. I knew that the circumference of this was bigger than this, but I saw these little press pieces at the end there, and then this is why I cut it off here and not inside this. So I've cut this a little bit longer at the moment, so I've got some room to play with. But my guess was, well, I was hoping that would work out that the circumference of that would marry up with this extra piece here and here. And I knew this was obviously, I don't know if you can really see it, got the sun there, but I knew this was slightly taller than this. But I'm just going to get the grinder on that and take it down a little bit and hope we can get it close to this. But I just had a little measure up with this in here, and this pretty much turned out perfect on here. So we are we're looking good. I'll get back to you and let you know how it goes. Okay, peeps. So I'll give it a little shim shim. And yeah, it looks pretty smooth to me. And I don't know if you can see, this was obviously what the plan was. And this is like kind of lining up pretty snug fit already. And then what I'm hoping for is as we wiggle it down to the next piece, it will line up flush on that and give us a straight line. I know it's only like, yeah, 1.5 inches long or whatever from there to, from that point in there to there, but it should give me a much straighter line than what I could just do by eye, because these little pieces will sit nice and flush in the gap all the way around, and then we can buzz a weld on there and that'll be our prop. That's how we're looking. So I'm probably going to test fit this while it's like this before I even put a weld on it, just to make sure we are perfect on the length. But everything looks good. So okay, guys. So obviously I'm a one-man show over this. It's quite difficult to film, but the prop is pretty much in right now. Obviously you just see me welding it and making it all up. You couldn't make it up. Oh, this is the rear end, this is the diff. The prop went in like an absolute dream. The diff is actually floating at the moment. It's only held on by the rear brackets, and obviously the prop's actually holding it up a little bit right now. But basically I'm gonna make a bridge across the bottom of the subframe here, which is gonna support this, and then I'm gonna make a box section go up and go through the top, and then I'm gonna run a bolt all the way through it down, and then a brace across the bottom here. So a little bit of fabricating needs doing again, but other than that, we're looking good. Props in, we've got drive to the rear wheels. So I'll be back once we hit the next stage. So yeah, one of my features I was stoked about was this like box section piece that I made here that covers the gear linkage on the outside, and just makes the job look fucking sick, mate. Makes it just look nice and neat. All the gear linkage is in there as it goes up to the tunnel. Yeah, lovely freaking job. So guys, obviously prop in, and I said one of the things to do was brakes. I'm not going to fit the hydro at first. I just want to get this all sorted out and running, get it all working. So got a little T-piece here. This just goes, basically this piece clamps onto the line here, and you wind this shut so it's nice and tight, and it's got like a little countersunk piece in there, and then this piece you just wind it in and it kind of just flares the little piece open right down in there. Don't know if you can see that flaring up. But yeah, that's how it goes. Kind of flared, not very good. I'm gonna give it another go. I think the clamp slipped up. So that'll go straight into our little T-piece. Right, left, straight in through the front there. I hope that's right. Yeah, we'll find out. Okay guys, remember me saying that we needed to do brakes and the clutch and then sort out that bracket in the back. So brakes are all kind of set up, so we're all right with that. Obviously we need a bleeding process. Now this is the pain in the arse bit. There wasn't room down there for the reservoir and the slave cylinder. So the beamer slave cylinder runs inside. So I was thinking maybe I could just use this. So I'm making up a plate right now to put this slave cylinder here, and I've drilled a hole in the back of the pedal here, and I'm hoping to put this with a little bridge across to this. I'm going to carry on being creative and try and fix this, and then I'll show you when it's done. I'm going to make 2 plates, one side, one the other. I'm going to chuck a bolt through the middle of it. I'm not bolting into this shit, I'm just welding it together like this. And then I'm going to run the slave cylinder in front of the pedal, and it's going to be somewhat like that. Push the pedal down, pull the piston in. Hopefully this works. I'll be back real soon. I'll let you know if it works. Okay guys, so we're at this moment. This is the slave cylinder modification underneath the next to the steering column here. We couldn't fit it in the engine bay, so I've had to basically try and make some sort of bracket that will reverse the system. Do you know what I mean? Just drag it on in there, and this seems to be working good. And it's very like overdone really. Probably is a much simpler method, but guess what guys? I am not a car builder, but I'm building cars. So there's a clutch slave cylinder. So let's bleed this bad boy up, and then we're going to chuck some fresh oil in the motor, and we're going to fire it up and see how it goes. We're so close now. We are so close now. 12 days in. Moving over to here, we've got the exhaust. That's going to be the very last thing I do. I don't care about that. I've cut a hole in the side of the tunnel. I'm basically going to be putting some nuts and bolts and a plate on it so you can take it off real easy, so you can get to the slave cylinder when you're just chilling. Like if you've got a clutch problem or whatever, you can just pop that off and get straight to it. I think that's a nice little feature of my little drift weapon. Over here, basically the car's we tried to start the car a bunch of times the other day. It wasn't having it, and then a couple of days later, oh well, actually we got it running, sorry, and then a couple of days later I went to run it again, and I thought I'll just check the oil, like make sure everything's all right. And then while I was checking the oil, I realised that it stunk of petrol super bad. So we'd been like washing it down, like the fuel had been going to where it hadn't started, the fuel had been going into the sump. So yeah, right now we're just in the process of changing out the oil. So, and there we go. There is our oil, which just literally stinks of petrol, so strong. Yeah. Yes! Yeah, get right. Bill, we did it. Blue, with motherfucking sandwich. We did it. Lauren, guess what?
We did it.
We did it. How steering feels like, no?
I'm bubbling.
Yeah? It's alright, isn't it?
Mate, that's a good car steering considering the cars are still, you know what I mean?
And I did that so sketchily as well. You know, mate? So guys, that was my 12 days engine swap. Me and Billy helped me out, Blue's helped me out. I've had a couple of people jump on, try and help me out with a few things. But as it goes, we've still got a few little things to do to touch it up. She's purring, and I'm going to put it in gear for the first time. Just a quick little update here. We had a little bit of problem with the car chucking water out, and we couldn't get it bled up. So I decided to go for a new thermostat, and I think that's probably a good idea. So it looks like the thermostat was absolutely done, so out with the old and in with the new. I'm gonna chuck in new thermostat and see what happens. So I've tacked two pieces of pipe together to create what we've got going on up under here, and basically I've cut a slice into this, opened it up to fit it in there, and then I've cut little slices in the edge all the way around here to make basically get like a better shape on it so we can get it up flush. This goes into here like this, which is basically what it's going to do up there, and I'm going to weld all these up, and then I'm going to make some plates to fit in here inside and back out, and then yeah, and I'm going to get it all on there. So yeah, be back in a second. So it's a little bit shabby because well, I'm just a big ghetto, aren't I? But I'm hoping that this is going to line out nicely inside here. Okay guys, so where do I start with this one? So I was filming, we were flat out, we were 12 days in, everything was looking incredible. I was literally killing it. And then all of a sudden, after we got everything started, we realised the car wouldn't rev past 3,000. So we were just a little bit like confused on what to do. So messed around, this person got involved, that person got involved to try and help us out. Like, you know, we couldn't figure it out. We asked a lot of people as well. Then someone said about Bundy. Now Bundy is a guy that I used to go to get my tyres for my Skyline where I very first started drifting, and saw him actually up at the track. I messaged him after that, and he was like, yeah mate, no worries. And he unlocked my ECU for me. I came home, I plugged it in, and I had no joy with it. And he said, trust me, everything's been done. It should be working fine. So a day later, I messaged him and said, look, pay you for your time. Can you please come up and have a look? The guy comes up, plugs it in, wired up 2 wires on the ECU on two of the plugs, bypassed like the brake pedal switch, which was actually what it was. There was cutting out the accelerator, and she's alive. And my God, does this thing move? It's crazy. So yeah, I've got the car working now. It's looking good. It's looking really good. So I cannot wait for whatever I film next on this video right now. So let's get excited about this because it's coming. Woo-wee! Oh my God, that was unreal. I've been out of the game for a long time, but I swear to God, this little car here is bringing me back. I can't believe this M54 MX5 moves faster than anything I've ever had. Let's go. make sure you subscribe to the channel to see more things like this. Me and Billy are planning on doing some big ass builds now, because we can do it. We can do anything. So guys, that brings us to the end of this video. The car build was a success. The car absolutely rips. I can't believe how good it is. In the next video, which will be coming within the week, I take this to a drift day and unfortunately crash it pretty bad. So stay tuned for that, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you guys. Peace out.